So I'm here with Bob Hill doing a channeling with Josiah. So Bob, what can people normally experience or expect during a channeling?
That's pretty hard to answer because I'm not aware, but frequently people experience different things. They sometimes hear different things than what was actually said. So it all depends on what you're looking for, I guess, and what you hope to experience or what you hope to achieve from listening to a channeling.
And what do you experience? Do you remember everything that was said?
I don't remember anything that was said in the channeling. I experience a very deep type of meditation that I can't get just doing a normal meditation. So my reward is to be able to get deeper than it's possible for me to get in any other type of altered state of consciousness. I frequently experience some deep level consciousness stuff, but I am aware of that, but I'm not aware of what is being said. So I remember what I experienced, but I don't remember anything about what's said.
Well, considering that every channeling is different, I'd like to put that energy out there that hopefully we can get a message today of something that's relevant for people in Regina to know or hear today.
Okay, sounds good. Well, now, it is indeed a pleasure to once again be invited back into your vibration level. Before we begin, we would like to once again express our greetings to each of you, and as well to express our gratitude for you once again offering us this opportunity to enter into and to share with each of you in your vibration level. Now, before we begin, we would suggest once again that there exists this opportunity for you to be involved in what we like to refer to as a silent communication, or a telepathic interaction, if you wish, with other entities that would be with us on this afternoon, or indeed with that portion that you like to refer to as your higher self, or that spark of consciousness that you are. And you will find, each of you, that as a result of this energy that you have assisted in creating, that it's quite easy for you to alter your consciousness and to enter into what you refer to as a meditative state. And in that altered state of consciousness, have that opportunity to be involved in that telepathic interaction and the exchange of information. And once again, that information many times is much more pertinent to each individual than is this information that we attempt to express to you through this rather limited use of a vocabulary. Now, we suggest that you exist in a vibrational level in which the reality that you experience is your creation. It's a reflection of your beliefs, your belief systems. Beliefs that are held not only in your conscious mind, but in your subconscious mind. The beliefs that we refer to as the human consciousness belief systems, societal belief systems, and individual belief systems. And a combination of these belief systems is what results in your reality, what you experience in your awakened consciousness state. Now, as difficult as it is to grasp, the reality that you experience in that awakened consciousness state is the most illusionary reality that you will experience in any levels of your consciousness. By illusionary, we're not suggesting that it's insignificant, but rather that it's an illusion. It's an illusion that you choose to be involved in, that you create through your choices and your decisions, through your beliefs and attitudes, what it is that you desire. Your reality is a validation of the beliefs you hold. And that can once again be very difficult to grasp, particularly in your awakened consciousness state. Now, in this reality, in this awakened consciousness state, you experience various interactions with other individuals, and indeed interactions that are felt and have repercussions throughout your entire universe on a day-to-day basis. You're just simply not aware of the effect that your conscious decisions have upon this reality that you experience. You are unaware in your awakened consciousness state of the connection that you have with each and every individual in your entire vibrational level. You see, you are one. It's not suggesting that you're not individuals, but you are one. It's a concept that denies an explanation. It's like a feeling that can be experienced when you go within inside, but it defies any type of an explanation, because to suggest that you are one is to suggest that you are not an individual, and yet you are. And yet you are one. It's like you are all that is. And yet, as a result of being all that is, then you are also nothing. It's a concept, once again, that defies any type of an explanation, but something that can be experienced by going within inside, by meditating and altering your consciousness and becoming in connection with that spark of consciousness that you are. You can begin to grasp the understanding of this illusion that you exist in, and that you begin to understand this concept that your thoughts and feelings, your belief systems influence not only your individual day-to-day interactions with other individuals and your interaction indeed with that spark of consciousness that you are, but it affects your entire universe. You are one. And so you are experiencing the results of many individuals holding similar thoughts and feelings and belief systems throughout your entire universe in that connection. As difficult as it is to grasp, that connection is universal. You are one. In November of your 19th year of your 21st century, as you like to keep track of time, we suggested that this Western society that you exist in was on the verge of collapse in terms of its position of dominance in the so-called financial influence that you have on the rest of your global existence. We suggested that the Asian countries would become more dominant, if you wish, in control of your financial situation throughout your entire Earth systems. Since then, you have put in place the very necessary elements in order for that to begin to occur. And you're beginning to experience, if you wish, the results of holding those beliefs and belief systems. And so your Western society, this so-called North American and indeed even European societies are beginning to experience a change, a shift in their position on your so-called world interaction and interference with each other. The changes will continue as long as you continue to hold those various beliefs and belief systems, both as individuals, as a society, and influencing the human consciousness belief system. It would be almost beyond your comprehension in your so-called past to grasp that it was possible for some type of an interaction to be experienced throughout your entire Earth systems in a very short period of time. And yet you have reached that. To utilize once again your beliefs in time and space in your so-called past centuries, even to suggest that it would be possible to not only converse with individuals who are, in terms once again of your belief in space, a very long distance removed from where you are, it would also be impossible for you to imagine that some type of transportation between those very distant spaces could occur in a very, very short period of time. And yet it's as a result of your so-called advancements, your so-called holding the beliefs that it's possible for you to create those realities, that you can now not only experience interactions with other individuals who exist very long distances from you, indeed, even on the other side of what you would refer to as your Earth systems, but to experience that interaction in a very short period of time in terms of traveling from one space to the other. And as a result as well, the interactions that you're experiencing now of what you like to refer to as a very difficult time is as a result of your being able to achieve that type of interaction that was not possible in your so-called past. Time and space are illusionary. They don't really exist. It's a validation of your beliefs and belief systems. Time and space are human consciousness belief systems, and yet you hold them. They're the basis of this reality that you exist in, that there is this concept, that there's a passage of time, and that you have the opportunity to alter and influence your future, but the past is beyond your capacity to control or to influence. It simply is as it is. And yet, ironically, you alter your entire universe on a continuous basis. And so, as you exist in this so-called present time, and you're experiencing this alteration of your dominance, if you wish, of your influence on your Earth systems, you're bringing about changes. Changes that many would look upon as being negative, others would look upon as being positive. What do you believe? You see, the reality you experience is a reflection of the belief you hold. If you believe that the results of this alteration will be negative, and you shall experience all types of realities to validate that belief and belief system. And if you hold it as a society, then your entire society can experience either that negative or positive reaction to the realities that you're creating. What do you believe? It's your choice. You're not subject to the whims of some type of entity or individual or energy that's controlling your reality. You control your reality. If you choose to believe you're not in control, you can have that as well. It's not right or wrong. You see, the right or wrong concept of what you're experiencing is what you hold in your awakened consciousness state. At the level of your consciousness from which you create your reality, it's not right or wrong. That spark of consciousness that you are gives to you that which you desire to validate the beliefs you hold without judgment as it's really right or wrong, but rather rejoices in the creation process. And so if you wish to believe that it's a negative situation, that you are no longer going to be so-called dominance in your earth system, and you look upon that as being negative, then you will experience all types of realities to validate that it's being negative. In whichever way you believe and perceive that it will be negative. If you believe, for example, that it's going to impact your ability to have a substantial source of income, of abundance, then it will be validated. What do you believe? Others who will believe that it's an opportunity to enjoy a different reality where your so-called abundance is more evenly distributed, then it can be as well a reality that you can enjoy. What do you believe? It's your choice. It's not something that's inflicted upon you. It's a validation of your choices. It's a validation of your beliefs and belief systems many times that are held within your deep subconsciousness, but nonetheless, your choice to hold those beliefs and belief systems. Once again, we would like to reiterate that your experience in your awakened consciousness state is the least real. It's the most imaginary of all of the realities that you have the capacity to experience. It's in your own state of consciousness that you experience those more real like realities. You see, you exist in this vibrational level by choice. Your choice. You didn't come here because some entity felt that it was necessary for you to go through some type of evolutionary process. You can have that if you desire. It's your choice, absolutely. We're not suggesting it's right or wrong. We're just suggesting that it's your choice. It's your choice to exist in this vibrational level. If you choose to believe that there are entities that put you here that are influencing your reality, that's your choice as well, and you can have that reality as well. You see, it's an illusion. You not only can, but you do have whatever it is that you believe and which you desire to experience. And so it's a choice. You're here by choice. You were not put here by some entity that controls your reality. You can have that experience if you wish, but it's your choice. It's important to understand that it's your choice. Until you can accept that it's your choice, it becomes very difficult for you to change the reality. That is, if you wish to change it. If you wish to enjoy the reality that you're experiencing, that's your choice as well. It's not right or wrong. What you believe is a choice. Your choice. And you put those beliefs in place many times in your older state of consciousness. And as a result of those choices, and as a result of those beliefs, you create the reality. And when you hold that belief or belief system, and others in your society hold the same belief systems, then you enhance the possibility of that experience being and unfolding exactly the way that you would imagine in your awakened consciousness state. What do you believe? And so you as a society, and indeed as your human consciousness, have believed that there would be an alteration, a shift if you wish, in your so-called dominance, in your earth systems. And that shift is occurring and shall continue to occur based upon your present belief systems. It's almost impossible to give any type of a prediction because you see, when you change your belief, you change your reality. It's really that simple. And we're not just suggesting that you wake up one morning and you decide that, well, I'm not going to believe that anymore. It's not really that easy. You see, to simply suggest that you believe something, but then continuously look for a validation of that belief system, does not mean that you believe it. It's only that you think perhaps it would be a nice belief to have, but I'm not really sure. You see, when you own a belief, then you have certain expectations, and you don't look for validation of that belief system. You expect it. You own the belief system now that your world is changing. You may not in your awakened consciousness that hold that belief that you think would accept the responsibility for what it is that you're experiencing, but nonetheless, you expect that there will be some type of a entire change in your systems as a result of your economic situations and as a result of this so-called pandemic that you have created and put in your atmosphere. And so you're reaping the benefits of what it is that you believe because you have that expectation, because you own that belief. We like to use the analogy of owning a belief versus just suggesting that you believe something. When you own a belief, you don't look for validation. Each of you owns the belief that the sun will rise each morning. You don't get up in the darkness and watch the pre-dawn and see it coming and then say, I knew it. See, it validates it. I knew that was going to happen. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. If you woke up and the sun wasn't there and the validation of your expectation wasn't there, then you would be concerned. So when you hold a belief and you own the belief, then you have expectations of what will occur. But when you simply desire a belief, then you continuously look for validations. You see, I knew if I did a certain thing, this is what would be the response. That's looking for a validation. That's not expectation. When you own the expectation, then you can create the reality to validate the beliefs you hold. And so it is with your so-called pandemic. Your earth systems, your human consciousness belief systems owns that belief. You have that expectation. What do you believe? What do you believe? Do you believe that it's possible for you to exist within that type of reality and not be affected? What do you believe? Do you believe that it's possible for you to exist within that type of reality, to become involved with the so-called pandemic that you're experiencing and not experience the intense reactions or the intense types of negative responses that many individuals have towards that pandemic? What do you believe? Not only what do you believe, what do you expect? The validation of your reality is simply a validation of your beliefs and belief systems and what you believe and what you expect. Your reality is simply an expression of your beliefs. What do you believe? Know what it is that you desire. Be specific. Utilize your imagination and then have the expectation. And therein lies the difficult part, the expectation, because the expectation is simply the validation of your beliefs and belief systems. What do you believe? It seems like such a simple question, and yet it is the key to understanding your reality. It is the key to understanding the systems that you are creating, that you're involved in your earth systems. You are altering. You are altering your very lifestyle as a result of those beliefs and belief systems. You are altering not only as a result of this so-called pandemic, which is going to and is having a tremendous influence upon your financial, your economical realities, but as well, it's having an effect upon your day-to-day interactions with other individuals. It's having an effect on the way that you conduct those interactions, on how you actually interact with other individuals. Chances are that as you continue to hold these beliefs and belief systems, as you continue on this alteration, that you will not go back to what you would refer to as your so-called normal existence. Not because it's not possible. What do you believe? But you see, you're beginning to believe that it's possible for you to conduct your business without that type of interaction that you once were involved in. You're finding that it's possible for you to create the types of abundance that you require in order for you to exist in the type of lifestyle that you desire without going through all of that so-called normal activities. Your so-called normal, when referring to your past, is changing. A drastic change in terms of your beliefs in time and space. We suggested that in the year of 2012, that you would enter into what we refer to as the new age and new energy, and in which that, what you hold in your consciousness, would affect your reality in a manner that was very difficult for you to achieve in your so-called past, in your history. And now you are experiencing realities that are a validation of that alteration, your choice to make that alteration of the energy that you utilize to create this reality that you experience. It's an illusion. It's not right or wrong, other than you in your awakened consciousness state choose to believe and to designate as being right or wrong, but the spark of consciousness that you are gives to you that which you desire. And that becomes hard to grasp when you see your so-called economic situation changing, and you see your interactions with other individuals changing, and you see what you refer to as a pandemic causing all types of havoc amongst your societal bases. And yet, the spark of consciousness that you are rejoices in that creation, gives to you that which you desire, and validates the beliefs and belief systems that you hold. And as you hold them in your conscious state, you influence the reality in a manner that was very difficult for you to influence in your past. You create your reality. The reality you experience is a reflection of the beliefs you hold. And as you hold those beliefs in your conscious state, as you concentrate on them, you influence the reality more than you could know. Not only your individual reality, but you affect each and every individual in your entire existence, in your entire universe, in your entire vibrational level. You are one. As difficult as that is to grasp, you are connected. You are not separate. You're entering into an altered state of consciousness in terms of the way that you influence your reality. Is it something you desire? Whether you believe it or not, it is something you desire. The reality you experience is a reflection of the belief you hold. What do you desire? It's important to understand what it is that you desire. You see, you can choose to believe that you're not in control. It's not right or wrong. That's your choice. And if you choose to believe that you're not in control, then you will have all types of realities to validate that type of belief and belief system. Absolutely. Again, it's not right or wrong. We're not suggesting that you should or should not believe in anything. If you wish to believe that you have guides and angels that are controlling your reality, go for it. That's right. You can have that. Absolutely. If you wish to believe that you can be in control of your reality, you can have that too. It's not right or wrong. The reality you experience is a reflection of the belief you hold. If you believe that there is a pandemic that is going to cause all types of havoc should you come into interacting with it, then you can have that as well. It's not right or wrong, it's your choice. And you even go to the lengths of using scientific validation of some of those beliefs and belief systems. You can have that as well. It's an illusion. The reality you experience is a reflection of the belief you hold. You cannot change that. When you begin to understand and to grasp that concept, when you begin to accept that, should you choose to begin to hold those beliefs and to begin to own those beliefs, it's important as well to understand that you can never go back. It's like you are changing your reality in your awakened consciousness state. And you're beginning to realize that it's not necessary for you to exist in a regulated type of existence where you have these absolute set times that you must perform certain duties or it's not possible for you to exist. You're beginning to realize that it's not necessary for you to exist in that type of a limiting situation where you are constantly applying yourself to pressure and stress and you're missing the joy that you attempt to achieve and to experience. You're beginning to understand that. And so you cannot go back. You don't wish to go back to where you were, to that rigid type of existence. And so it is, when you begin to understand and to accept that you create your reality, you cannot go back. You cannot undo something that you have learned to do. It's like learning to ride a bicycle and then seeing a bicycle and then thinking to yourself, man, I wish I had never learned to ride that thing. You can't undo it. You can't forget it. You know it. And so it is when you begin to grasp the understanding that you create your reality. It can be very debilitating for some individuals to accept that. And it's not necessary to accept it. What do you believe? If you wish to believe you're not in control, you can have that. It's not right or wrong. It's your choice. If you wish to believe that you are in control, then you can create the reality that you desire. Then you can consciously influence your reality. Then you can consciously be aware of what it's about to be experienced in your reality. Then you can enter into situations with the feeling that you're in absolute control. You can have that. It's a choice. It's not right or wrong. If you would rather experience the emotions and feelings that come with believing you're not in control, you can have that too. It's not right or wrong, it's your choice. Understand that when you make a choice, when you alternate a belief, and when you begin to experience realities and you look upon that reality and understand that that is absolutely the expectation that you had as a result of the belief you hold, then you cannot go back. You cannot undo what you know. Your choice. It's always your choice. The reality you experience is a reflection of the belief you hold. You create your reality. You cannot change that. You can create a reality based on a belief system that you're not in control, But that's your choice. You still create that reality. You create the reality you experience. You are the God you search for. You are one. You are all that is. You can hide from that, only can but do. Yeah, each of you to a great extent to put in place what we refer to as the veil, this electromagnetic type of energy that limits your capacity to understand who and what you truly are, particularly in your awakened consciousness state, but indeed at all the levels of consciousness that you experience in this vibrational level, you maintain to some limitations this veil that limits your capacity to understand who and what you truly are. So it's not surprising that in your awakened consciousness state you might believe that you're not in control. You hide from that quite well, but nonetheless you can hide from it, but you can't eliminate it. You cannot be separated from that spark of consciousness that you are. You cannot be separated from your spirituality. You cannot be separated from the fact that you are all that is. You are the God you search for. And you cannot fail to come to that understanding. This is a no-fail deal. You didn't enter into this particular vibrational level because you felt that there was some necessary type of growth for you to experience. You can have that if you wish. If you wish. It's important to understand that it's because you choose to experience that. You can have it, but it's not necessary. You entered into this vibrational level for the very simple reason that you wish to experience an intense range of emotions and feelings that's not possible for you to experience when you understand that you are the creator of your reality. And so you hide from that. And you do it quite well. So there's nothing wrong with believing you're not in control. That's why you entered into this vibrational level in the first place. But nonetheless, you are the God you search for, and you cannot fail to come to that understanding. You cannot fail. You create your reality. You are the God you search for, and you cannot fail to come to that understanding. All the rest that you experience in this vibrational level is up for change. All the rest is a validation of your beliefs and belief systems. All the rest is an illusion. What do you believe? And so we would leave you for a moment or two, and if you wish we may return and attempt to answer questions, but we remind you that we are not separated by time or space, but rather by a vibrational level. And should you choose to interact with us, you have but to express the intent, and we would welcome that opportunity to interact and to exchange with each of you. And so we would bid each of you farewell with love and with peace.